Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about iOS 18. As you probably know, Apple has already released the 7th beta of iOS 18, which actually is a really important beta. Why am I saying that? Is because this will mark the end of iOS 18 betas, even though we're expecting to see new betas in the upcoming days, but we're going to talk about that in details in just a minute. Now, this update was quite small. The size of the iOS 18 beta 7 was around 400 megabytes. Of course, that will be always different whether you have a different device or you're updating from beta 6 or maybe even updating from an earlier beta. As you can see right here, that we have the build number for iOS 18 beta 7. And as you can see, it ends with an A. So we have 22A5346A, indicating that this is almost over. iOS 18, as we know it right now on betas, is going to the end. Of course, we're very close to the release of iOS 18 to the public. Now, before we're going to talk all about that in those days and what to expect in the next few days, let's talk about some of the changes that we have seen with this beta, even though there are just a few. First of all, on the control center, when you go here and try to add a new control, you will notice that now there will be a silent mode control that you can add for your iPhone from here. So if you go here and search for silent mode, you will have it right there. Of course, you can add this to your control center, which means that you will also be able to have this toggle now on your lock screen. There's also a lot of reports, even though I didn't get this on any of my devices, that the clock app now also shows on the iCloud. So when you go to your settings, you go to iCloud, you will have all your apps here that have access to your iCloud. You will also see the clock app. Again, this has been showing on a few devices, on others not. And the new distraction mode that Apple has added to Safari with the previous beta now works much better. So if you just go to Safari and enable the hide distraction items right here, you will see that it's much smoother, and also the animation has changed a bit, and it looks like it is also a bit faster. So it actually works really well. This is again an amazing feature to have, and as you probably know, this will actually be saved here. So if I just have removed those items, even when I reload this website, it will reload without those items, which means that it's a great feature to have, even though dynamic stuff like ads won't be able to be hidden forever. So if you hide them, when you reload the website, they will actually show again. There are also some really important fixes, and one of them is the control center. Now, with the latest beta, we had quite a few problems right here. I had different toggles, especially the screen mirroring toggle showing up on the control center without me adding it at all. Also, there was a problem when you would reboot your device, it would actually remove a few toggles. That has been fixed. I have tested it out, it actually works as it should. There are of course still a few bugs remaining here and there, and one of the main ones that I have been able to notice on my devices are the icons. And usually when I go from the dark mode to the light mode, some of the icons will actually still stay on the dark mode, so that's a problem that is still persistent here even with the beta 7. And then there's this other one with the search on the settings app. When you actually search for a certain app, it won't show any result at all. Now, as far as I have noticed, this is not a problem for every device on iOS 18 beta 7, but it has affected a few different devices. And now let's talk about this beta and why this is the end of iOS 18 as we know it until now. So we have a report here from Mark Grumman. According to Grumman, the latest iOS 18 seed is the final one, other than of course the new features that will be added to iOS 18 before it gets released to the public that are tied to the new devices, meaning of course the new iPhone 16s. Of course they will have some extra features, and those will be actually released with the final release, as of course the new iPhones gets released as well. So what to expect next? Well, of course we have iOS 18.1 beta 2 currently, and we're expecting a third beta this upcoming week, most likely Monday or Tuesday. We will have right here on the 26th or 27th another beta for iOS 18.1. Now, of course, there will still be betas for iOS 18 as well, but they will include bug fixes and improvements and not any new features. So you can expect right here on the 27th, most likely, beta 8, and then right here on the 3rd, beta 9, which would also be the final beta of iOS 18. Now from here, we're moving to the RC version, which will most likely be on the 10th after the iPhone event. As we know, according to rumors and the last video that I have posted, the new iPhone event will be held on September 10th. As usual, of course, there is nothing here like surprising. Always Apple does this. They hold the event on a Tuesday at the beginning of September, just like every year, and we can expect that to happen this year as well. That will be the 10th, where we'll also get the RC version of iOS 18. And then for the public release of iOS 18, we will have to wait another 6 days, and that should happen right here. According to history, that's what Apple does. So on the 16th of September, you can expect iOS 18 to be released to the public. And last but not least, let's talk about updating. So when it comes to updating to iOS 18, you will have a few different situations. Of course, if you're on iOS 17 right now, you wait for the 16th of September, and you can just go ahead and update to the new iOS 18 simply by going to your settings, general, and then of course software update. But if you're on iOS 18 beta right now, and if you want to get the public release of iOS 18, you don't update to the RC version. You can switch off the beta updates right now, or maybe install even beta 8 or 9 and then turn it off before you install the RC version, even though it will be the exact same update as the public release. If you update to the RC version, then you won't be getting an update for iOS 18 when it gets released to the public, but there's nothing to worry about. You already have iOS 18, the exact same update on your device. Now, if you're on iOS 18.1, then you don't have to wait for the public release of iOS 18, because either way, you're not getting an update. You will have to wait for October to actually get a public release for your device. That is the time that Apple is expected to release iOS 18.1 with the new Apple Intelligence features to the public. So that is it for this video, guys. iOS 18, as you can see, has come basically to an end. All the features that we got during this summer have been great, and of course this will be a great update and expected to be even better with the next updates, as of course iOS 18.1, and furthermore down to the next year in spring we're expected to get a lot more features, of course the new Siri, the new mail features, and all that cool stuff. So it should be a really interesting year for iOS. So that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like button. Of course, subscribe to not miss the new iOS 18 videos that will be released very soon as we get close to the release of iOS 18, and of course after the release of iOS 18 to the public. So that's it, and I'll see you on the next one.